Okay, guys. Hello, how are you? I hope everyone is doing great. So let's start today's community meetup for Q4 2025. Let me switch off all my apps so that I don't have any notifications anymore. Okay. So, guys, today we will be discussing a lot, starting from market outlook. So as I said, this is not the beginning of the bear market. I don't believe that this is the beginning of the bear market because beginning of the bear market begins with a different tone, different structure. It happens completely different, and I'm not seeing those kind of cracks yet because still there are a lot of positive news going on in the world, like CZ getting pardoned by United States, and Trump has pardoned him, which means like all the criminal records of his will be deleted from the federal dictionary or whatever it is. So I think like if such developments are still taking place, then there is so many things that can happen, and these things are not happening just like that because I heard that CZ might be becoming an advisory board member of WLFI. You know, this is the project by the son of Trump, by Eric Trump. So there is a market rumor that he can take an advisory seat in World Liberty Foundation or whatever it is, the DeFi project. So many developments are happening, guys. Many developments are happening in this space currently. And if we see like BlackRock, which has been very disappointing because normally retail investors get panicked when the markets are falling down, but they got panicked much more than retail investors. When you know like 7th of when was it, 16th of October or 10th of October, when we had this very big sell off that happened in the markets. They were selling madly, and also like later on after 1 week we saw huge selling coming from BlackRock. But if you see broadly, other institutional investors, other funds, they were not really selling that much, or many of them didn't sell anything at all. But from time to time, we are seeing new institutions coming in, buying 100 bitcoins, buying 200 bitcoins, buying 50 bitcoins. So here and there, definitely some kind of accumulation is going on. And if somebody is selling, somebody else is buying it. Especially these days, we are seeing Japanese and more Asian focused funds buying, large cap tokens such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. And Solana is having their own treasury companies now, which is focusing backed by quite powerful people. So if Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana remains very stable, then broad market will also remain stable. We are seeing even Hyperliquid raising money by issuing their shares, which is called as hype strategies. So they're raising $1 billion, out of which $160 million will be used to buy the hype tokens. So this is also one of the big developments in this space. Like even after the meltdown, people are announcing such kind of multi-billion-dollar fundraise to buy the market, the tokens which is listed on the market. Because earlier we were seeing the tokens which was bought pre-TGE, means which is not listed yet. But now we are seeing a different trend of buying those tokens, which is liquid, which is already listed on the crypto exchanges. So this is something like which is very positive development. And in a bear market, such developments will not happen. In bear markets, everybody will cancel their plans to launch crypto-based products. We are not seeing that at all. We are seeing, in fact, like Robinhood actively, listing many tokens. Robinhood quite recently listed BNB tokens. They listed Hype. They listed many such tokens. So there is more positive activity happening rather than withdrawal symptoms, which we see normally during the bear markets. So this is not the end. This is just a pause. And this pause can be for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. We don't know. But definitely that bull market structure, what I'm talking about, has not broken down. And like I always make my decisions based on datas. I don't make my decision based on emotions, based on our own way of thinking. Because if you make your decision based on emotions, you might feel like, yeah, it's all over, like everything is down, like it's finished, I can't do anything anymore. That's not what is happening here. So when I looked at data, like for example, all these institutional investors buying and everything that I was talking about, and not just that one, like even on-chain metrics, like how much people are buying, what they're buying, how they are doing it, that's not really giving me a sign that something is over and nothing is going to go up again. No, I'm not saying that one. But I would like to stress this point, and I want to make it very, very clear to everybody that altcoin rally, what you saw in 2017 and once again in 2020, that is not going to happen in the future. This altcoin rally, altcoin season, we have to remove that from our mind. That is not going to happen at all. There will be sector based altcoin rally. I agree with that. And I completely believe that's going to happen. There will be some trend based altcoin seasons. So, when I say trend based altcoin season, what does that mean? It means very simple. Like currently, the very hot tokens are Aster, Hype, of course, Hyperliquid's token. And there are like a couple of other tokens like which is having this kind of hype. So these kind of tokens will definitely do well because Aster was removed from DeFi Llama. And the reason is that when you look at the GitHub of Aster, um, okay, like not many projects will really open source their backend and front end. Most of them will make front end open sourced, but not the backend because backend is like a soul, front end is like a body. So everybody is ready to show like what they have on the UX side and the UI side, but nobody wants to show their backend. But if you see Aster, it has the exactly same volumes as Binance futures, because in reality, Aster backend is nothing but Binance. We all know it. It's nothing but that. It's not really decentralized exchange in the sense how we have Injective SDK, because Injective SDK is completely on chain. Everything can be verifiable on chain. But when it comes to Aster, you can't really verify it on chain because the backend is still centralized. It's working on Binance. This is the reason like why DeFi Llama removed Aster from showing their volumes and fees collections and everything. And as I said in my Twitter spaces quite recently, that open interest should always be very close to your trading volumes. Not exactly, because if you buy and sell, if you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, sell $100 worth of Bitcoins, it becomes $200 worth of trading volumes. So someone else buys another $100 worth of Bitcoins and he holds it. He's not selling it. So now the trading volume is 300 because of one guy buying and selling 100 and another guy picking up for 100. So 300. And the open interest is $100 because the second guy is still keeping his position. So somewhere this open interest should come close to that trading volumes. But if you see Aster, which is having $12 billion of trading volumes and less than $1 billion worth of open interest, which means nearly $11 billion worth of trading volumes is just trading, buying and selling. So it can mean it's a wash trading, or it can mean like it was just speculators, and there is no real open interest there. But if you see Hyperliquid, for example, $8 billion in trading volumes, $5 billion worth of open interest, that is something, which is real because there is people who are really holding on to positions, really taking up the positions. So that gives a lot of confidence in a platform saying like, okay, there are real traders here. There is real confidence here. So something is happening. So these kind of metrics are very, 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 very important. Like when we analyze something. So what I want to say here is like, on these kind of trendy tokens, which is in the news, which is in the limelight, which has some kind of substance in it, they will always have some kind of seasons, what we can call as modern times 2025 version of altcoin season. But if you're expecting like optimism, arbitrum, and other kind of things, whenever I say arbitrum, I feel like saying bathroom. I don't know why, because these two things are like quite synonymous now. Arbitrum token is behaving like bathroom. It's nothing than that one, because it's technology is amazing. I completely salute Arbitrum for that. 60 million gas limit, very fast transactions, very cheap transactions. Amazing. It's excellent for building per Texas. That's why GMX is on Arbitrum. Many other big platforms are on Arbitrum because it's very fast. Transaction limit is like very high. Gas limit is very high. Everything is amazing, but the token sucks. Completely sucks. And we are not speaking about like a micro coin or mini coins, like less than $10 million of market cap. We are speaking about a coin which is having almost $1 billion worth of market cap. So if such a coin is not performing well, something should be fundamentally wrong in it. So what is fundamentally wrong is like people are not believing in this type of altcoins anymore. People are holding, people are buying and selling, maybe some kind of fans or community members. But broadly speaking, that is not happening, guys. So if you're really expecting about this altcoin rally, I don't think it's going to happen. We should leave this hopes and expectation that there will be an altcoin season. That's not going to happen. That's not happened so far, and it will not happen in the future also. So there are this kind of, like, what is that? Cheap KOLs. I call them cheap because they are very cheap. They take money, they shill your tokens. Even if you have a token saying like rect, they will even shill the rect if you give them money. So these kind of people have accumulated a lot of altcoins. They want to sell their altcoins and they want to dump it on our head. So they keep shilling like all the random altcoins, but nothing is happening, as you can see clearly. So it will not happen also. So altcoins, if you are believing in, if you really want to make kind of like big money by taking considerable amount of risk, go for this kind of trendy coins. This is your altcoin season. This is where you are going to make money. But if you're feeling like all the altcoins will go up, and no, that's not going to happen. So altcoin season for me, it's not the same like what it used to happen in 2015 to 17 or 2019 to 21. That's gone. That's finished. 2025 is different. So in 2025, major coins will make a big move. Layer ones and everything is getting a little bit old. I know Javier was asking me a question, but answer to that would not be good to make it in public about, what was it? The popular L2, which is coming up now. They have gigagas and everything, mega ETH. So mega ETH, you see, like it's trading on Hyperliquid already at a $5 billion FTV. And why $5 billion FTV? Nobody knows. Even God doesn't know. Because first of all, like this chain is not, I mean, like live, and they have something called as mega mafia. So all the mega ETH communities, like they just incubated their own friends, and they just incubated their own people. How do I know it? Because I met the founder of GTE. So GTE is also one of the most anticipated perp dexes, so which is going to come up on Mega ETH. So they used to be on Mega ETH, but they got funded by Paradigm. So Paradigm is the same people like who founded this language, Rust, very high performant language. So it's the same team which is having Paradigm, which is very, very, very big venture capital from United States. They funded Mega ETH. They funded GTE, which was on Mega ETH, but now they came out of Mega ETH. They said like we are not part of Mega Mafia anymore. We will be on some other chain. And I know they will be on the chain which is developed currently by Paradigm. So it's a kind of like win-win situation for them. So they came out of it, and the founder of GTE is Enzo. Enzo used to be a friend of Mega ETH founder. So all the friends, because they were studying in the same university and everything, which Enzo made a very nice thread about it, like how they met in university, how they did and everything. So there is in crypto, like there are different mafias. One is Chinese mafia. So Chinese mafia is mostly in China, Singapore, and this kind of Asian countries, closely linked with Binance and everything, because CZ likes to promote Chinese people and Chinese projects and everything. So a lot of such things we see. And any token like or any big rises, if you see the founder space, you will see one Chinese guy there. So then it's definitely going on Binance. If you see American face there, like probably it will go on Coinbase. So that is how it is now. US, it's Coinbase. It's China, it is Binance. For a guy, like coming from India and settling down here in Europe, so I am neither there, I am not here. I don't belong there because I don't have anything there anymore. All my family and everything is here, and I'm completely settled here. So I am not here too because I was not originally from here. So I don't know like which other kind of mafia. Like maybe I have to create a mafia. Like okay, you are a kind of bridge. Like I'm a bridge mafia. Like, but the only criteria is you should have come from somewhere else, like where you were born, and you should be living somewhere else. So this is another type of mafia. Maybe in the future we will be able to make it. So this is how like the crypto dynamics and the crypto industry is going on. So these are like very deep secrets of the industry, which I'm telling you because I am telling you all these things because I've gone to infinite number of conferences, met like very, very big institutions, very, very big people and everything. Many people used to tell me like, look, if you come to Silicon Valley and if you settle down here, I think like you can get money very easily for what you're doing and the products and hard work and everything. But if you're sitting there in Europe, like nothing will happen because Europeans by nature, they're very conservative and they're not so much like, um, like not so adventurous like Americans. Americans are kind of people like who listen to you, and if they can see like they can make money out of you, they just put the money, whatever they have. Very, very, very capitalistic mindset. And they want to see you every day in front of their eyes. That is also one of the important criteria in US. That's why all the companies which is raising money from Coinbase or any other US based VCs, they are all based in United States. In Silicon Valley or somewhere in the Bay Area or somewhere in New York. This is where they are funding mostly. So this is how the dynamics looks like. So what I feel is like whether someone should participate in the Mega ETH ICO, I don't think so because it's already valued a lot. And I don't think like there is so much left on the table for retail investors. And for the amount of risk that you take, for example, they ask you to deposit how much ever you want to deposit. Right now, it's between 100 to $182,000. That's what I saw last time. So that is not what allocation you are going to get. That is your commitment for the investment. So once you commit certain amount of money, they will decide how much you will finally get as your allocation. So you have to compete, you have to bid, and finally you will get some peanuts. And for that one, you will have to wait. That's not, like there will be some kind of cliff and everything. Like it's not 100% unlocked on TGE. If you have invested in pre-seed round or a seed round, it makes absolute sense for you to wait even 1 year. But if you're investing in the last round, like coming at the public round at the last, there is a high chance that like you can get hammered also. Like look at how all the L1s and L2s are performing. Recently, Linea got listed. Who are the people behind Linea? Consensus. Consensus are the people who are co-founders of Ethereum, and they were the people who made MetaMask wallet. So those people launched Linea Chain, which was an L2 on Ethereum. See, the token is falling down every single day, every single day. It can be a lifelong short for you. Like, I mean, like L1s and L2s have lost interest. People have really like now, honestly, there are more L2s and L1s than number of users. That there is so many. Every single day, every single week, some L1 and L2 is coming. And the difference between one L1 to L2 is the same difference between one boy and another boy. Maybe someone can have long, maybe someone can have thick, maybe someone can have fat, but it's all the same finally. So it's not so much different. I mean, like a differentiating factor should be huge. There was a time when people were speaking about Ethereum scaling, then that's how the concept of L2 came, the layer twos, which is built on Ethereum. And they were saying, like, okay, we have a higher gas limit. We have a faster transaction. We have a cheaper transaction. Guys, we have everything in 2025. We have a faster chain. We have like a super low transaction cost. Everything is already there. So you have to reinvent the wheel once again by doing it some other way. The only way how they are doing it is like, they have some kind of names being ex-founder of Ethereum, ex-founder of something else. They come, hype is created. Finally, retail is treated as a trash bag because everything is dumped on their head very badly. And I feel very sad about that one. Because why are you having those kind of trashy tokens which doesn't give you anything and which doesn't give a shit about you? Honestly, they give a shit about you. And all the people who are making the money are those people who are investing in pre-seed, like the big investors. Because they invest at $20 million, $30 million FDV. and you are coming in the public at $500 million valuation, or even like Mega ETH, like which will raise now like a billion or something. So you are paying almost 30 times, 40 times the premium, which means you are making 40x returns for the pre-seed investors already when you are buying it. So when you're buying, actually you are signing your own, like death sentence. Like, and from that valuation, do you expect really to get 20x, 30x returns? I don't think so, because $1 billion, 30x valuation is $30 billion. So $30 billion means like you are talking about top five, top six. And what is there in this one to get even top six valuation? I don't think so. It's not going to happen that way. So that's why stay away from all these, these kind of things. And Kaito also, like I'm seeing like a lot of such kind of launches are coming. And I know what prices they sold their tokens at the pre-seed round. Pre-seed round is always between 20 to $25 million. People who get there, they are the smartest people, because you are getting at the first round, very lowest round. Even by the end of your vesting period, you will still be making considerable amount of money. And if you come at the last, then you will see what happened with Linea. So that's why, like, stay away from this kind of rises and all these things. And this is my point of view about altcoin rallies also. My plan is like very simple. I am sticking to my plan. I haven't sold anything. I haven't sold any single position on Gravity. A couple of people like got liquidated, completely liquidated. One fund got delisted from Gravity, platform, completely delisted, because these guys are trading like degens. They are not professional fund managers. They have never been on an institutional desk. They don't know what they are doing. Still, they write the funny descriptions of technical analysis and everything. What stupid technical analysis did really work like 15 days ago? Everything was going off. So if they by the time they were looking at their computers for those so-called technical charts or whatever it is, they lost their underwear, they lost their shirts, they lost their pants, they lost everything. Some guys even lost their dicks. This is the truth. Like, look, losing $200,000 in a matter of seconds. It's crazy, which means like you don't know the basic meaning of risk management. You don't know the basic meaning of what it means to trade on a derivatives, because first of all, trading in crypto itself is a casino trading, right? It's a very high risk, like you're gambling with money. And secondly, you want to trade on derivatives, which is like leveraged casino, and you are expecting the prices to be stable. I always, like even now, overall, like without any positions, even if Bitcoin goes to like $20,000, I won't be liquidated with my positions. I have enough margin. I have like so much ample amount of margins. Even if market falls down tomorrow, all the tokens by 50%, we will not be liquidated. We will be still there. The fund will still be active. That is the level of thinking that you need to have. You have to prepare for the worst when you're trading, not thinking about just about the opportunity, what is there on the upside. You have to first think about like what is the downside, how is the industry looking, what type of an asset class you are having. Because we used to trade on institutional desk mostly on equities, but sometimes like we used to trade even on commodities also. And in commodities, like there are some exotic commodities like menthol, the same menthol like what you find in so toothpaste or oils or something, which gives like very pleasant smell. For example, like Listerine, what you wash your mouth with, even that's having menthol. And this is a very, very, very volatile asset class. Very volatile asset class. It can move 50% up and down any day. It was so volatile when it was listed on derivatives. I was trading on that, and when I saw the equities is not like so much volatile, like 10-20%. Like everybody will be already admitted to the hospital. Their blood pressure will be very high. So it's not like cryptos, not so much volatile, like 10-20% here and there. Something can happen like that. But if you're speaking about commodities, like it's quite volatile. But there also, when you're trading on gold and silver, it's much more predictable, because it's mostly about macroeconomics. It's mostly about like so many endpoints which you can figure it out. But when you're trading on some kind of commodities like menthol and other kind of things like wheat or something else, they are always based on supply and demand. They depend on a lot of factors. You need to know which country this is coming from. We used to trade on coffee also, coffee seeds. So coffee seeds depends on the production in Brazil, production in Nicaragua, production in like several other countries. Like India is also one of the largest producers of coffees. It's when you're speaking about tea, you have to think about Sri Lanka, you have to think about China, you have to think about like what kind of uh, like trades are going on, whether there are enough rains and whether there are enough logistics to get that, if there is any strike from the employees, farmers, many things like is going on. So without understanding all these things, blindly buying and selling is not going to help you guys. It won't make you a fund manager. It will make you a fund gambler. So that's what exactly happened with all these gravity, things. And another fund also like got like almost bankrupt, but it was saved by the gravity team itself because they didn't want to lose one more fund. So they got funded, and now it's back to this one. So these things like are pretty normal in crypto. If you're there for some time, then you will totally understand what kind of risk that is there with associated with cryptos. So having said that, like I haven't squared off any positions. I'm keeping all my positions open just like the way it is. Because for me, the panic button comes only when Bitcoin dips below $97,000. Because at $97,000 was the kind of average where many big wallets bought into. So that will be a very pivotal point, and we have to see how they will behave if the prices goes there, because there are some funds which has come quite recently from the TradeFi, and they are not really very well versed with the risks of decentralized finance. So we don't know how they react, because I'm seeing like even these fund managers at BlackRock and everybody like they absolutely don't have so much knowledge about crypto, and that's why they are just selling it when it's falling down, just like retail investors. So the fund manager should be very well versed with crypto. He need to know how crypto works and why it goes up and why it comes down. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So there is no panic as of now. No need to press any panic button. We are not in a bear market. We are not even in the beginning of the bear market. We are just having a pause. And there are like a couple of good news that's going to happen. Like rate cuts are coming up in 5 days. Many other, legislation changes, regulations and many other things across the world is taking shape. So I think like we are in a very strong phase. So let's keep our positions open. And I know like the brutal markets like 15 days ago when everybody got liquidated, uh, it was really brutal. It was not expected. It was all of a sudden. Still, people don't know like why and how it happened. There are a lot of theories. There are a lot of conspiracy theories. There are many things. People always come out with nice stories like, oh, you know what, like he liquidated me because he didn't like me. So it's not you, it's not your ex-girlfriend, like to think that way. So let's be very practical and let's be very data driven. So data are not telling that one because many of the whale wallets and everything, they were just unchanged. So I don't think that's the cause. Anyway, just a small introspection there, but otherwise, I think we are in a kind of bear structure still. We are kind of like consolidation phase, and this is just a pause in the markets, and we will resume this one very soon. It is going to go up. It is bound to go up. Whether altcoins are going to bounce back in the same way, maybe in the medium term, yes. But on the long term, I don't see much life in that one, or it will be very sector specific. One of the big sectors like that is going to do very well going forward. I have already shared it with you, which is robotics and AI combination. So this is a kind of like new scam, which will come up everywhere. I call it a scam because robotics has nothing to do with blockchain and it doesn't need any blockchain at all. But that is the narrative like which we have to play, because robotics have been there since a long time, and verifiability and all these things, it's just bullshit when it comes to robotics. It's not even necessary. Verifiable AI and it will go mad. That's why we have to put it on blockchain. I still don't get that concept either, because 90% of the users, they don't give a shit about it. And privacy and all these things, like I don't think like really any look like last week I just met with some of my tech founding friends like here in Hungary. So we were like 30-40 people like in Budapest. We were having this discussion around like privacy and blockchain and all these things, and everybody said the same thing, like they need a product which works, which solves that problem, and they don't care about other things. Like I mean, if someone says like, okay, if we are on blockchain, it's very transparent, and no one can use your data and other kind of things. Like they will have some other ways to get it if they want to really get. Moreover, like all our data are already gone thanks to Mark Zuckerberg and other kind of great people like Google and other kind of people. So there is nothing left. So you're already naked. Everybody has seen you. And like now you're trying to dress up with a suit so that no one sees you. No, everyone have already seen you. So they want to see you now on blockchain. So they want to put everything on blockchain, all the trash on blockchain. So AI robotics is going to be a big narrative going forward. I've already shared with you this Rice AI, and Rice AI is going to do well because it's backed by Binance, it's backed by a couple of other people, including Sequoia and Nvidia and other people, and they're quite doing quite well actually because they are developing quite good products. So I think like going forward, like it's going to be a good. And when this narrative picks up the momentum, and this is going to like blast the charts. So that's the narrative. And you see, like now I spoke about a narrative and any tokens based on this kind of narratives or other kind of tokens that I discussed about. These are the tokens which is going to bring what you call as altcoin season. But basically broad-based altcoin seasons is dead. That's not going to happen. So this was something like, a market update that I wanted to give. So next one is about airdrops. So we will be collecting the wallet addresses of those people like who have been very active on Telegrams, very active on my Twitter and BCUBE Twitter and B3X Twitter. We have the list of those people. We'll be taking their wallet addresses. We will collect all the wallet addresses of them. And we will be sharing this 125,000 BCUBE tokens among everybody. So because engagement is very, very important. So if community is very engaged, more people will get active there. And if they are very active, many things can happen. It's the same thing on Twitter. So also like the more you like, the more you comment on something, it goes viral. So when it goes viral, a lot of people will see that. When a lot of people will see that, the eyes will go on the project. So a lot of people will come on the project. They will use the products. They will buy the tokens. So many things can happen like this one. It's all a chain link. So if anyone sees my GM post and not liking it, then they are gays. So this is what I'm saying. Because if you see and if you can just smash a like, then you are a gay. I'm telling this one. So yeah, like I mean, this week we will collect, and afterwards, like we will be distributing all the rewards to your direct to your wallets. You will find it in your wallets. Next one is about B3X. So as you know, like we crossed $7.5 million in trading volumes. So these trading volumes came from our own fund. And I would encourage everybody to put even $100 or $200 into this fund just to put there. And we need like more number of, like depositors count. So that's why like just put like $100 and $200. That will never become, zero or something. So it will be doing its work. It is doing fine. So we have also designed a bot on Ethereum, which basically buys and sells Ethereum on chain, completely on chain. So this is just for internal use what we have made. So that is bringing in a lot of trading volumes, and it's also making profits. It's also adding profits. So add some money like $100 or $200 into B3X fund and just leave it there. And these volumes are going to go up a lot. And now like there is a lot of eyes on this one. Everybody is thinking like, okay, it's $7.5 million of trading volumes. It's quite big. And we in the next week onwards, like we will be making like at least few $1 million every single month. So we will be making a lot of trading volumes, and this is going to bring a lot of eyeballs to people. And we want to bring up a kind of incentive program on B3X, which is like use our LLM models, design your own strategy, and once you design your strategy, you deploy that strategy live. You have to put like some money of your own as a fund manager. And then like if your fund reaches $50,000 in AUM, and if you manage this fund for 6 months, you will get a confirmed airdrop of $5,000 when we go to TGE. So this is something like what we are going to launch next week. It's a confirmed $5,000 worth of airdrops. So what you have to do is like develop your own strategy, use our LLM models, develop your own strategy, and make the AUM to go to $50,000. Keep the fund and just run the fund. You will get the fund manager fees. You will get several fees for that one, even if you're doing it. So it's a kind of like community effort, like where a few community members who are smart enough and who can try something. You can just try something, using LLM models, like make me a strategy which always makes money. Something you just try with your own prompts, whatever the prompt that is. So out of those prompts, like something can come up. You can back test it. You can try it for some time. You can leave like 100, $200 there and see like what's happening with that one. Once you're confident, bring in your friends, family, or other people, reach $50,000 in AUM, and then airdrop will be all yours. So this is something like what we are going to start, and even we are going to cooperate this one with Injective, because next month in November we are joining Injective's incubation program. So after the incubation program is finished, they are also introducing us to investors, it seems. So we will have a lot of action once we get into that program. And also, like whoever is trading on B3X platform, like even for fun or whatever it is, we have designed the platform in such a way that whoever is trading, we have their wallet addresses. We are capturing their wallet addresses. So once we go to the TGE, like all those wallets are also going to get airdrops. How much we will decide later, but definitely all the traders, like now active traders, they will get airdrops. So if you are making one trade every single day, then that will increase your chances of bigger airdrops, because that shows your, loyalty, and that shows like you are very actively trading a user on the platform. So there are like many incentive systems that we are going to bring up in the coming days. And next one is like our hyperliquid product. So the problem was like many people know hyperliquid, but people who are very familiar with the wallets, different chains, bridging, and all these things, like I can do these things very, very, very easily because I'm very well versed with that. I'm pretty sure like here at least 50 to 60% of them who are present here now for the this session, they're also very comfortable with that one. But I know for sure like not everybody is comfortable with that, like how to integrate the wallets, how to deposit the money, how to withdraw the money. All these things are still a pain point when we speak about on-chain things. And this is why people prefer to keep their money on Nexo and not on DeFi protocols, because it's very easy, like just deposit the money like how you do on centralized exchanges. You start to earn APY. It's so simple, it's so straightforward. But it's not so simple and straightforward when it comes to DeFi platforms. So that is the reason like why it becomes a very big pain point. And now the answer for that one is like B3X AI agent. So what we are doing with AI agent is like you have to write a prompt. Okay, like buy $100 worth of Ethereum with 4x leverage, or buy $200 worth of BTC at 10x leverage. Sell it when it goes here, or buy more when it goes down to this place. Just prompt everything. It will place all the stop limit orders. It will place all the limit orders, market orders. It will do anything for you. Everything. It's like your AI assistant, whatever you want to do, without actually interacting with Hyperliquid. So without actually interacting anything with the wallets, you will sign the transaction only once using our Privy wallet. So Privy wallet works with your Google login also. You don't even need to have a wallet actually. You just need to have a email address. So if you have an email address, just use your email address, log into it. So we will just give you an feeling of Web 2, but actually everything is happening on chain. So all your wallets, private keys, everything is with you. Nothing is with us. But we will make your trades possible on this one. And if you want to know, like if a very big trader, like suddenly, for example, 15 days ago, I had this one in my mind. Someone, a big guy, shorted $300 million just 30 minutes before the Trump announcement of big tariffs on China. 30 minutes before. It's not a coincidence. Everybody knows it. This guy had some insider info about it. So if this will, shorted a Bitcoin, you need to get an alert. Like some big transaction happened. Now this whale alert is possible with B3X AI agent. You will get an alert whenever a big transaction is happening, few $1 million. When they open a long or when they open a short, you will get a notification like some whale has triggered this one. So if you get that address of that whale and if you see it on chain, you will come to know how many times he traded before and how many times he was successful. So based on it, you can make the decision immediately to do exactly what he did. So you can make like, okay, short for me for this amount of money, this amount of leverage, and this is my stop loss, and this is my target. Do it. So agent is going to do it for you. So first we want to launch it on Hyperliquid, and then we will be going to Aster, Lighter, every other kind of perp Texas like Ethereal or whatever is coming up in the future. So every perp Texas, we were making it easy for retail investors who don't have so much of good knowledge about wallets or managing wallets to do it as if it's a Web2 platform, as if it's a centralized platform, but really everything is on chain. So you hold the keys, you hold the money, you hold the custody, everything. But this AI agent will just do the work for you, like what you want to make it in a very easy way, in a very simple way. So this product is going to, do great things. It's going to do amazing things. Yeah. So that's the product about, and there will be many more additional features that will be coming on this one, which will help you to make very good informed decisions about it. So that's about the new product. And lastly, I wanted to discuss about when we wanted to why we decided like not to go for this VC funding at this stage, because I was discussing this with Zero like a couple of days ago, like when we were having a chat about this subject. So they basically like they're very sharky. They want like 1% in advisory tokens, plus they want to invest at like a much more lower valuation than community. Or they said like, okay, just refund back and give them at double the valuation of what we are buying for, and we will buy it at the same valuation like them. And I said no, because once given is given, that's not good to take it back. And I don't see it as a good thing. Like just because someone is coming up with the money, like I'm not ready to lose my values. I'm not ready to like step down from the things that I believe in. I took this very conscious decision, even with BCube also. But with BCube, like I could have done in a different way in allocation. I didn't do it. It was my mistake, and I will take that responsibility. But with B3X, I know exactly what has to be done and how it has to be done. And now like giving them 1% advisory things and few percent for marketing things, few percent for that, and few percent for exchange listing. Boss, I can do exchange listing myself. This time I can go Binance Alpha myself. I have my own contacts for that. I can go on like OKX myself. I have contacts for that. I can go on Bybit founder like Ben, I speak to him on Telegram. I know him myself. Like, so I don't really need these people to help me with any kind of TGE support. Market makers, like I have enough market makers, like I know them personally. I know Wintermute, I know, like G20, I know like several market makers myself. Like I don't need to go to them to give them some advisory tokens for free and get this kind of support from them. And marketing support, like there are excellent marketing agencies. I spoke to the founder of Eigenlayer. He suggested me some kind of very good marketing agency. I spoke to the founder of Lab Terminal. He suggested me like a very, very good, these people. And these people had like multi-billion dollars worth of TGE in FTV. So they are the people like whom we have to trust because they have done something. So what they have done, that speaks louder than what people claim. So as I said, like I'm a data-driven person, and I have the data that they have done something, and I have no reasons to doubt them about it. So marketing things and all these things, I can fix it myself. So I don't need to go to them and give them this kind of allocations and do everything for them and finally get nothing. And moreover, like these kind of people are not the one who will be using the platform. It will be our community members who will be using the platform. It's the community members like who came forward like when we had absolutely nothing and funded us, and now like we cannot forget them like to go back to it. And deals are like extremely sharky. As I said, like too many percentages of token supply is taken for this, taken for that. And some people say that like, okay, I will give you 500K. Give me these tokens, 60%, 50% unlock in TGE, and rest 50% in 6 months. 50% in TGA unlock, if they dump it, then the token is gone forever. It will never recover from there. And you know what, like the psychology of the people, if the token price is down, like in the first 2 months after TGE, nobody will touch it. It's gone. It lost its sheen. It's lost its, composure completely. The chart looks like ugly. Nobody wants to touch it. You see, like, have you ever felt like when you see something ugly as beautiful? I don't think so. No one has ever find any ugly things as beautiful. Of course, Gandhi says like beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, but everybody is not having the same point of view like him. So charts have to be beautiful, and these people are somebody like who will spoil the charts. I said like, no, I will not do that one. But if you want to come in at the same valuation, then they were like, oh, it's like some people have ego problems. Like, oh no, you're dragging down us to the valuation of the community and everything. And I said like, no, then we can't make this deal. And another deal was that wherein they said like, okay, we will give you this much now, and later on, what happens is like you have to reach this much of trading volumes, $10 million. You see, $10 million we already hit. And that was not because of their support, it was because of our hard work. So when we are reaching a milestone, it's completely the team which works for it. It's the community which helps us like in using the product. It's not these people who are going to do anything for it. Now they will promise everything. I've seen this in BCube also. So many tall promises, so many things like I will do this for you, I will do that for you. Once they sign the SAFT contract, they will never talk to you first of all. And even if they're talking to you, only to ask you when TGE, and they don't ask you anything else. And if you ask them like, okay, you asked me to you said before like you are going to bring in some KOL and this and that. No, they don't bring. They just create a Telegram chat, or they just make like a introductory email to speak to them. And when you go to them, the same thing goes on. The same thing goes on. Like it's not free. They will ask for $25,000 worth of tokens, $25,000 worth of stable coins, 50K. And I will shill your things on my YouTube channel like 4 times a month. And it will be for only 2 months after TGE. And when I'm asking him like, how much airtime are you going to give in your YouTube channel? Is it going to be like a detailed description for 10, 15 minutes? Like you'll speak about it, you will make some AMA session with us or something like that. They will be like, no, we have a section in our YouTube channel. Once at the end, for like 15, 20 seconds, we will speak about it. So 15, 20 seconds will is not even enough to, like read out my complete name. So I don't know like what he will be saying about it. Like even one liner of a project, you cannot say that one. Like B3X is a, like it's a world market, it's a perp dex, like where you can trade all the world assets. What are they even going to say? Like, I mean, that's not even going to have any impact. So that's like simply burning money. And they will not give you this kind of big exposure and everything. And for that kind of big exposures, they will take 100K in stables and 100K in your tokens. They will do it for 2 months here and there. But 200K if you're just paying for one KOL, what about others? And there are other type of KOLs who ask you only the tokens. They will keep it and they will slowly sell it. Like DeFi Ignas, one of the good ones. Miles is there. He is also one of the good ones. And there are a couple of other people like whom Miles, I met him in Dubai once. He's a nice guy. He takes a lot of projects and he shields them. And even like Overdose is there. Like he's very strong in Telegram. He's very strong in Twitter. He also takes like $25,000 plus couple of percentages of token supply. So there's a lot of things like, I mean, we need to have this kind of proper management like KOL management and market makers and exchange listing, exchange fees, couple of things. So we cannot simply throw away, like tokens like that one. That's why like we will sell all the 800K what we have to the community itself. We will tell the time and date like when we are going to start this one, and we will put it like BCube, and we'll finish off this pre-seed round $1 million. Once we finish this, now we have already crossed like $7.5 million in trading volumes. By that time we will be crossing like 20-30 million dollars in trading volumes. So once we have that kind of traction, the company will always already be generating revenues, because especially with these two products that we are trying to push in the next weeks, it's going to bring in a lot of revenues for the company. So a lot of users will come, a lot of community will start to build up around it. So then what happens is like once the pre-seed round is finished, then all these people will come back to us saying like, okay, now I want to invest, and I will make them to invest at a higher valuation than what our people have done it. So right now, like everybody is making SAFT or SAFE agreements. So what community members can do is like either they can sell their own SAFT at the higher levels, directly to investors, or they can just keep it and make those people like buy more at higher and higher valuations. And then we will see like what's going to happen from there. So these are two ways of doing it, because I saw Monad, couple of angel investors came in at $500 million valuation. And when they raised money again at like $2 billion valuations, a couple of angel investors sold their safe agreements to $2 billion worth of things. They made 4x profits there. So that's the kind of like a setup that we want to make it now. But I don't want to go for the sharky deals, because it's not going to be good for the long term prospect of the token and long term prospect of the project. So it is going to be very harmful. And knowingly like what is going to be the consequence, and knowingly what is going to happen like by making such kind of deals, my conscience doesn't accept me to do these kind of deals, and I will not accept these kind of deals either. So yeah, that's where we stand. So that's the main thing what I wanted to discuss, and I will see if there is any questions here, and I will take it up. When is B3X.ai mainnet launching? Look, like the product what we have is already live. So if you're speaking about like the one which we are building custom decks, it takes time. It needs money. It needs at least $1 million to make it, because building the product is not only important, but the product should be used also by a lot of people. So there will be a lot of marketing cost and everything. I know this very well, because just building a product and leaving it there and saying like, guys, I just spent the money here, I don't have any money, sorry, that's not the way I want to do it. So when something is done, like it should really give meaning, and to create all those things what I want to really make with a proper marketing hype, with a proper KOLs, with proper incentive programs, reward systems, it needs money. So that world market product will take some time. Let's finish off this fundraising, and then we can launch it very, very fast. But as of now, like the products that we have, that is kind of mainnet. Should we expect buyback and burning at the beginning of November? Impossible, because this time, like there is nothing. People who put the money at, like came in like $1, $1.10 or something. They took the money, they redeemed the investments, but when they redeem the investments at lesser price than what they actually invested, then we don't get any share from that one. So we get the share like only when the share price is higher than what they have bought at the time of redemption. So when 15 days back, like more than 100K or 120K worth of money was taken out, taken out, putting back, taken out, putting back, many things are happening. So we need to get the money, and we need to wait for the people who are in profits to book it. And moreover, like it doesn't make any sense like to buy back it with the small money. It doesn't make any sense at all, because we can make like $800, $1,000, nothing. That will not help anybody. So it has to be very sizable, and yeah, like a sizable investment. Otherwise, it will not help so much. Um, any update on BCUBE as well? Like BCUBE is managing just GRBT platforms and running a fund on B3X. So that's the only update as of now. Besides that, there is nothing much to speak about it. Have you created a private group to discuss shilling, and have it started already? No, there is no private group as of now, but we will create it at the right time. I don't think like for shilling, this is the right time, but we can always be active on Twitter, because that's where a lot of people are there. And then we will think about like private groups and getting the people onboarded there. Let's let go work and focus on B3X for now. Look, guys, like we need to focus on B3X now. I'm telling you why, because B3X is where money is there. And if B3X becomes big, that will generate a lot of money. And if that generates a lot of money, and with that money, we can do a lot of things, including buybacks, including like tagging BCube in B3X ecosystem, and creating a marketing on that one by saying like, look, if you have B3X, then you can earn this kind of APYs. If you lock B3X here, you can get this and that. So when they see like a very low market cap token having couple of like very important utilities within B3X ecosystem, that's when it gets the value. Because B3X, if it becomes very big, and if they see like B3X supporting BCube, then that gets a lots and lots of meaning. Because right now pushing the BCube, because 31st of December, like WASP will be going off in Italy. So we will have to like do a lot of things, changes like in the landing pages and other kind of things. As of now, like we can have this kind of products on other platforms. So pushing it too much right now, it's of no use. So let's push something else like which is in action. And then using that action, we have to create reaction in another one. Look, like all these things are set. And trust me, there is a plan for that. Is anything established about community pre-sale for B3X? Community pre-sale, yes, like this is what we are thinking right now. The people who invested at a very high valuation, not our BCube community initially, like who invested at a pre-seed, but someone who came at a community round, we will refund them back, and you guys you buy back again the same tokens at the pre-seed level, because you will be getting twice the number of tokens for the same money, because the valuation at the community round was 32 million, but whereas the pre-seed round was 17.5 million. So you will get double the tokens. So once we open it, we will let you know about these things. Any other question, guys? Okay. Where will you contact the BCube members for the BCube share, on Telegram or Twitter? Mm, wait, like there is like few more questions. I missed it, I think. Will there be a cap on the pre-seed per wallet? We will make the cap a little bit bigger, so something like 50K or something, and then we will leave it at that moment. But all the future like things will definitely have the cap, because like now, if we get this $1 million, we will be unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable. Because once we launch this one, look, like there are some setups that is needed for making a perpex. First thing is the liquidity providers who will put the liquidity on every single trading pair. I have it. We need market makers. We have it. We need a talent like who can build like on-chain order books. We have it. So we have everything. I have figured out everything, and there is like marketing expense, KOL things, because everybody are speaking about Aster, everybody are speaking about Lighter and all these platforms. Not like that. They have to speak about us also. And to make that one, whom I have to contact, where I have to go, I figured out everything. So just now, once we get this one, because we are not starting from the zero, we will be starting from some point. So definitely, like this is going to go up from there. So that's why like this will be the beginning point for us. Are you planning to raise more AUM on GRVT? Look, like raising to 500K was a big blunder in my opinion. It was good at 250K, because 250K, when it hits, people will feel like this fund is full always. So it's great fund. So now it's at 500K, and like now AUM is like less than 200K. It looks like very empty, and empty things nobody wants to come. You see, like if imagine like you are going to a very popular sport in some country, and if they say like come, like there are still many tickets left, and you will feel like oh no, like many tickets left, maybe it's not so important game, like I don't want to go. And if they tell you like there's only 50 tickets left, we have to stand in the line right now, we have to get the tickets, otherwise it will be sold out, then everybody wants to go there. So it's a kind of like psychology we need to understand. Increasing, like we can increase to 1 billion cap if you want, but what's the like deal like when it's not getting filled up? So even 250K, if it was there now, right now it would not be full. So 500K is also not full. So raising the cap doesn't mean anything. And also like raising the cap doesn't give us necessarily the money. So the only way we can get the money is like if you have invested at $1, and if you're redeeming your investment at $1.5, then yes, like we will get our commissions from that one. So even if the cap is very high and markets are not so good, and if we are holding our positions, nothing will happen. So cap is not really the issue here. Like cap can be raised, but there are other things for us to get the money. Where will you contact the members for the BCube share, on Twitter or Telegram? I hope I will be able to connect my Trust Wallet to 3x through the phone because last time I couldn't, so I did it on my PC. So the first thing is like for BCube share, like we will send out one message and Zero will collect all the wallet addresses. So don't send directly because you will end up sending to a false zero. But we will make it because there are many scammers. Like now, once we make an announcement, like a lot of fake people will be approaching you, like oh yeah, we will give you, like, just connect your wallets there, and you will drain even the tokens that you are having in the wallet. So wait for us to make that announcement, and then we will give you the share. And never connect to like any decentralized application on the phone. This is my sincere advice. Do it always on the computer, because a small mistake is enough, like to lose the things, and it's not really so convenient as of now to do it on the phone, especially to participate on a pre-sale or something else. Like, it's better like you connect on the computer itself. This is just my sincere advice, because I never ever do anything which is decentralized things on my phone. I do it only on my computer. Um, okay. Let me sell my soul on right time, and I will jump in on GRBT. Okay, Soul is doing good. You don't need to sell it for now, in my opinion. So don't invest in GRBT fund as of now, because it's not important for me to have like maximum amount of money in my fund. But for me, what is important is that you earn good money. So I think like Soul is doing very well, and Ethereum, BTC, and Sol will continue doing well going forward. So keep your investments in Sol. It's not broken down yet. There will be one more round of rally, because when afterwards, when something cools down, so your Sol will do well. Like, just keep it. I meant about shilling it to make people invest more. No, no, just because the cap is big, like, people will not feel it's a shilling. People, you see, like when the fund is performing well, that is a bigger shilling. Like, people will come for money. It is like a shilling for in making people invest more. That's 2017 marketing. In 2025, it's not really working, because 500K is their cap now. People should have invested if they were coming in. But in GRBT, we have many, many, many airdrop farmers. So they are just putting the money for airdrops. So these people, I see them redeeming one share, two share, 10 shares, and some person even redeemed like 0.01 shares. I don't even know why he invested 1 cent really. He could have just kept it in his own pocket if there is even a currency like that. Um, I don't know. Like they're just like farming. But these are the farmers like who have invested the money in. Um, yeah. So any questions? Any more questions you have, guys? Like I want to make it like as frequently as possible, but Saturdays, like, either I'm in some kind of meetups or something else. So my work schedule is like 7 days completely. I have something to do every single day. Looking for alphas, discussing with people. Something is always happening. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please ask me. Otherwise, we can end it. Amazing times are always ahead. You see, like I never believe that like times are finished. Even in my worst times, like I can be sad for a few minutes, but then I get back the strength. Because until something is finished, it's not finished yet. You know what? Like if you know this game, card game by name Uno, if you have played this game Uno cards, then you have to know, like, imagine you have one last card in your hand, and you're thinking the guy sitting next to you has +4 or +2, and you're going to lose the game. But you have a very beautiful card. You can always play that. And things are not going to work always bad, or things are not going to work always good. But we have to have that strength. It's not about like how many times you fall down, but you should be willing to get up every time. And if you can get up and be on your feet and ready for like one more adventure, then there is always amazing times. Because if you don't believe that there is no amazing times, then no one can really make you believe it. And sometimes you need to have conviction, not just blind belief. You need to have conviction. You need to have a plan. So if you have a plan in place, and if you have that conviction, like how you are going to make it, not blindly, but having certain kind of ideas and certain kind of mindset, I think like this times will be always amazing then. This is what I learned because when we were like in 2021, we were profit making company with BCube. In 2021, we registered €1 million in profits, €1 million in profits. We had like so many clients, so much of trading transactions, so much of fees coming from Binance and FTX exchange those times. It was amazing times. We were making killing. We were killing it really. But after that, what happened and then how we went down, that was completely unprecedented and completely unexpected. But still, yeah, it was like hard times and we came out of it, and we were not knowing actually like how we will come out of it at that point in time. We were taking all the legal advices and other kind of things. It was very very tough times. It was really very tough times. And after that, like we didn't know what tomorrow is going to be, but what we knew was like this will go away, this shall pass, and we will be fine. And always like I used to hear something from like elders at home, that today is the tomorrow that you worried about yesterday. So and today has already arrived and nothing happened. So always we think like, okay, something bad is going to happen, something is going to go down. Yeah, like people can get sometimes depressed for so many reasons, right, in life. But being depressed is fine. But is it going to give you any solution? Like, definitely not. You have to be strong. You have to fight for it. Life is about fighting. And entrepreneurs' life is like fighting every day, every single minute, looking for an opportunity, looking for everything. And all you have to know is like you can lose many times, but all you need is like that one time luck or one time, whatever you want to call it as. And if you get that one time, which is your time, then that is going to be parabolic after that. So times are always amazing, and I always truly believe in that. I'm a very very positive person. Like I until something is dead, it is not dead for me. So yeah, I am absolutely amazed and waiting for the coming times. Um, I just stop being sad and continue being awesome. Well, like I'm actually like when I'm sad also, like I'm not really sad in that sense like everything is finished or something. My way of sadness is like finding out the way out of the problem. That's how I think. When I'm sad, like yeah, I am sad. I know things are not happening the way I expected it to be, and many plans I made that didn't work. And I learned many things over a period of years, like what works, what doesn't work, and what works. Even still, I don't know, but what I know is like what doesn't work, and that's very important. And that's what life taught me in this journey, like in these past 7 years with BCube and like now with B3X. So that's why like it's very important that you learn from your mistakes and not to repeat those mistakes, and do and learn from that one, and from that you raise from that. So that's why it's very important to know these things. Yeah, I'm not really sad even now. I'm just trying to figure out, because with the very limited money that you have, if you want to do great things and amazing things, because you need to have like a very good team. Like, look, I myself, like I'm out of pay for like nearly 6 to 7 months now. It's okay. I can be there. It's fine with me. But there are like my like my teammates, like at least one employee is there, like he cannot be there, so like we have to take care of him. And there are like other employees, like we have to take care of them. So at least for that one, it's very important that like we do something to get that one, because they are not in that kind of situation to say like, okay, for me also salary is not needed for a few months, it's fine. Like they are not in that situation. For me it's okay, but for them it's not so easy to say such things. So if we want to do great things and amazing things and many other things that we plan, like we need like funds, and if that comes, then we need to get the right people at the right place at the right time, at the right position in the company, and then we can completely, like take over everything. When are the closest updates or news about B3X? My goodness, mate, where are you? Are you under, in the US they call it like DUI, like drinking under influence. Yeah, I was speaking about all these things like for such a long time, and you were asking about yeah, like yeah, sure, like you are under the rock, and I'm pretty sure like that rock is soundproof, so you couldn't hear anything. So once this goes live, like you can watch it once again. So far, man, like you really made me laugh. Cool. So anything else, guys? Okay, guys. Then if there is nothing, then we will meet in the next meetup. And always happy to be here, give you market updates and give you project updates. Let's do it. Let's do amazing. And let's come out with a pre-sale of B3X as soon as possible for community members. And we will promise that like it will have a higher cap. Once we do this, like we'll be unstoppable for sure. And within that B3X ecosystem, we will make like many use cases for BCUBE tokens also. And from the revenues, what we get from B3X, since it will be our community in the first round and they will hold the majority of the tokens. So we will use the revenues as we please. So this is the way to make buybacks and other kind of things. Like when we have a lot of money, it will make significant amount of impact. Like if we make 100K, 200K worth of buybacks, the price will shoot up, volumes will shoot up. A lot of people will see that one. Right now making like $1,000, $800, $500, it will not help anybody. It will not even look like a very big buyback or something. So we need to make things in a very interesting way, in a very smart way. If we just do the things because we have to do it, that's not the way to do it. But we have to do the things in a very serious way in which like people have to think about it. Their mind should be going around that one. And once we make that kind of big buybacks, a lot of people will think like, hey, I saw one token going up by 200% today. Let me just get into it. And more people, it will snowball. This is exactly what we have seen in 2024 when we went from 4 cents to 89 cents in just a 3 or 4 months. So that kind of snowball effect is possible with considerable amount of money. So that's why we need to focus and channel everything into B3X now. And once the B3X machine starts to go, and from that point, we can take up everything. So that's it, guys. Like, and I wish you all a very great weekend and have a very great Saturday. I will see you very soon, next in the next 15 days or something. Until then, I wish you a very good weekend. Have a nice day and take care of yourself. Thank you, guys. Thank you.